Spirit Way worship the gospel of Jesus and the melody of his cross.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Spirit Way Worship. I bless the name of the Lord, and I pray that even as you listen to this podcast, Spirit Way Worship, I pray that the Lord will guide and bring you into a place of deeper fellowship. So quickly, the emphasis and purpose behind Spirit Way podcast, it's beyond music. Our theme says, our motto rather says, the gospel of Jesus and the melody of his cross. I am one of those persons that really believes that gospel music goes beyond just music. It goes beyond being just one kind, just another kind of genre of music. There is so much more that God desires to do through music, and in as much as music is a very dominant part of our world, especially in our age and time, it is important that we reiterate the importance of music being pure. It is important that we talk about gospel musicians, offering sounds that are fresh from Zion, right? The Bible says, make a joyful noise unto the Lord. Sing unto the Lord a new song. If there's anything I tell people, is that the newness of our songs is not about how new our lyrics are. It's not about how sophisticated and intricate our musical compositions are. The newness of our songs, it is dependent on the freshness of the revelations that proceeds from God. It is on the basis of how God begins to reveal himself. That is what brings perspective to our songs, our music as gospel musicians. That's what makes our sounds new. It is the freshness of the revelation of God. So if we are going to sing songs unto God, it should be to push something so much more than to tickle the ears of our listeners. And this is not just for gospel musicians and music creators, musical creatives. This is also for the listener as well. I pray that we would come to the place where we understand the true purpose of our worship. It is beyond singing songs. It is beyond making melodies. How much do you know about Jesus and what he has done for us? The purpose behind why he came to die, the purpose behind why he had to reincarnate, why God had to reincarnate as man. He had to suffer even though he didn't deserve it, but he had to, because that was the only way to save us. So if you and I must come unto God, we must understand the terms and basis upon which God is inviting us, drawing us closer to himself. The Bible says in the book of Matthew chapter 3 verse 17, the Bible says that this is God now. God is speaking and introducing Jesus. He said, "This is my beloved Son, in whom I am well pleased." So every attempt to please God outside of Jesus is no longer possible. Which means any expression, anything that we do in an attempt to get to God or to draw closer to God outside the premise of Christ being our one and only access, because the Bible says in John 14 verse 6 that Jesus is saying, "I am the way, the truth, and the life." I am the way to God. There is no other way, right? So even in our music, whether it's in service, whatsoever it is that we are doing, we must come to a place of understanding that we cannot do it on our own. The only way we get access to God, the only way we achieve closure, is that we understand and accept Jesus as the way and access to God, to His presence. Otherwise, we are a lost cause. Everything we attempt to do is a lost cause.